Hello everyone! Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're gonna be making a traditional kimchi recipe. Let's begin! First, let's prepare the Napa cabbage. Once cut in half, cut it again to make a quarter cut for our cabbage. But just cut the thick bottom parts, leaving the leaves all intact. Then slowly tear them in half. You're probably wondering, why not just cut them all the way through, right? Well, when I say traditional, traditional it is. Now on to our next process. Let's now prepare our basin. Take half a cup of salt and dissolve it in a water bath. We do this to not only thoroughly clean the cabbage, but also to immediately remove any bacteria from our veggie. Time to wash! Submerge the cabbage in water and start unfolding each leaves. It's crucial to do this to make sure all parts are washed and cleaned thoroughly. It's gonna take some time to finish all up, so be very patient. The last thing we want is a contaminated kimchi. By the way, be very gentle when washing our cabbage. Do not squeeze it. Use a colander or a sieve to make sure it drips all the water out. And finally, don't waste any. Take all the small bits of that cabbage. Now after 3 to 4 times of thorough washing, we are now ready for brining. The other half cup of salt is all we need to brine our Napa cabbage. Take one of the cabbage and sprinkle each leaves with salt. Carefully unfold each leaves to prevent it from snapping. At this point, the cabbage are still very crunchy, so be very careful. Put a generous amount of salt onto the white part because that is the hardest part to wilt. And now the waiting game has officially started. Turn the cabbage every 3 hours, taking the bottom parts and replace it with the one on top to evenly brine it. After 3 hours. If you have noticed, almost half of the cabbage weight are gone. This means that a lot of the moisture from the cabbage are slowly losing. Now take the one at the bottom and replace it with the one on top. We do this for a good 8 to 12 hours depending on how fast our cabbage will wilt. Very time consuming, right? But anything made for a long period of time creates the most beautiful thing, believe me. Look at all that water, guys! After 8 hours, it's time to wash our cabbage. Drain all the salted water out from the basin. And start washing the brined cabbages. Do the same process as we did the first step of washing it earlier. But this time, the cabbages are more softer, so be extra gentle. Wash it a couple of times to remove the salty brine. Anyway, The cabbage is surely salty enough for that long hours of brining. Now let's prepare the porridge for our kimchi paste. Put 2 tablespoons of glutinous rice and mix it with 2 cups of water. Mix it well, ensuring the flour has completely dissolved before turning the heat on. Once boiled, the slurry will immediately thicken, so continue whisking. Now it's time to add 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. Mix well. Now our porridge base is done. Let it sit for a while to cool it down in time for our kimchi paste. Now it's time to cut our other veggies. We need some scallions, carrot, and radish to give a beautiful color to our kimchi. Cut the scallions into inch thick. Now cut the carrot thinly and diagonally. Then line them up like so and cut them in julienne. And finally, our radish. These will make about 2 cups of radish strips. Just as we did the carrot, line them up and julienne the radish as well. Now for the fresh shrimps, all we need is to dice them and mince to a paste-like consistency after. We need to finely mince the shrimps so that it can be well mixed with our kimchi paste. We use fresh shrimps because this will add a nice seafood umami taste to our kimchi when fermenting. Traditionally, fresh oysters, squids, and even fish can be used in this process as well. That would really depend on your preference. Take the 1/4 cup of salted shrimps, drain the juice, and mince well. We do the same thing to our salted shrimps as we did the fresh shrimps. This would only take a minute as these salted shrimps are very tiny. Now let's begin to make the all-important kimchi paste. Starting with the 1/2 cup of minced garlic. Next, a cup of our minced white onions. 1/4 cup of minced fresh shrimps. Then the 1/4 cup of salted shrimps as well. Now pour in 1/2 cup of fish sauce. This will also add a lovely umami and will season our paste even more. Then add at least a thumb size of grated ginger. And finally, add 1/2 cup of Gochugaru, also known as the Korean red chili pepper flakes. Feel free to add more if you want your kimchi to be extra spicy. Now mixed well. Oops! I almost forgot the one that will bind our paste together, the porridge. Pour in the porridge and now our paste is ready to be mixed. Once all the ingredients are well mixed, all the lovely aromas from all the different spices that we put to our paste will hit your nose. In the most mouth-watering way, of course. Before we begin mixing, wear rubber gloves to protect your hands. Now put all our chopped vegetables first. Then, gently mix and fold the veggies to the paste. Do not press or squeeze the vegetables. It is as if you're tossing a salad to a vinaigrette, so be very gentle. Make sure all the vegetables are well coated. Now it's time to assemble our kimchi. Prepare any BPA-free airtight plastic container or fermenting jar if you have. But before all that, here's how to determine if our cabbage is kimchi ready. Try to bend the cabbage stalks, and if the test looks like this, then you'll know it's right. Lay each cabbage in the paste and start smearing them to each layers of the leaves. Make sure every single cabbage leaves are well coated and all the other veggies are well incorporated as well. Be generous with the paste. That is a crucial part in making a flavorful kimchi. Remove the excess paste and fold the top part of the leaves. Or take one leaf to lock in the entire kimchi pocket. That will also ensure that every veggies and paste will stay inside. Repeat this process until the very last cabbage is done. I'm just super excited to see the finished product of this lovely homemade kimchi. Just looking at those colorful paste and veggies makes my mouth water. And there you have it, guys! Our kimchi is finally done. To start a good fermentation process, leave the container in a room temperature for at least 1 to 2 days. Once you're happy with it, Then put the container in the fridge to slowly ferment. I can't wait for this kimchi to ripen so I can make my favorite Korean soup. Can you guess what? Now cover the lid and let our kimchi to do its thing. See you soon! Thank you guys for watching! If you like this recipe, please give it a go and tell me what you guys think. I'd love to definitely hear from you. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do not forget to subscribe and click on the notification bell to keep you updated from all the latest videos in this channel. Once again, this has been your Acoustic Chef. See you guys soon. Ciao!